So, good evening and welcome to the US Grand Prix. Hopefully, you're joining us on the stream. If you are, welcome to the stream. We're going to be taking you through the US Grand Prix. I tell you what, it's a wonderful turnout this evening. Yes, we do have some AI drivers in just to fill up some spaces, but we do expect to have some guys pulling in while this is all going on. So at the moment we do have a number of human players this evening, which is great news for us, and welcome if you are watching the stream. We're glad to have you on board with us, and I can tell you what, it's going to be an exciting evening of racing this evening. So be on the lookout for some of the new names that you'll see in the driver's seats this evening. And I can tell you what, it's going to be a good one to watch. So welcome if you are joining the stream, and hit the like button, and let's see what happens this evening. So we're in quali number 1, 9 minutes in the quali session. Well, I can tell you what, nice to have Devet back. He's just put on a 134. Hopefully... that wasn't Devet, by the way. That was Weza, and I think he just missed the pits there. But anyway, he's going into the pits right now. But as I was saying, Devet, a very nice time from him, a 134.882 at the moment, and the closest to him at the moment is a 136.212 from Weza, his teammate at the moment in the Red Bull. So nice job from them this evening, and we'll have a look and see what's going to be taking place. I can see still a number of individuals in the pits, but I'm sure they'll be getting out onto the track in the next couple of minutes and set themselves apart from their competitors in getting some great times this evening. Nice close-up of Springbok Game at the moment. He's just put on a 137. There's a yellow flag little element that's just come up, so we'll be having a look to see who has come off the track, and hopefully they can get themselves back on as soon as possible. So around about 7 minutes left in this quali number 1. Who is going to be on top? At the moment, Devet did a fantastic little outlap there. Nesmax comes in now. He's just put on a 135.197. We're missing a Munna this evening. I wonder where he is, but I'm sure he'll be on a little bit later. But there is space and time for him as well. The invite has been sent out to him. So, guys, it's all together this evening, and we'll see exactly who is doing what. So quali number one, 3 minutes and 26 seconds left. And I can tell you now, it looks as though for quali number one, it is Devet, and he's done a fantastic time of 1 minute 34.882. Closely followed by Nesmax, and nicely done by Jose there. He's coming in third place at a 135.941. Great stuff from him. Unfortunately, Weza out at the moment, but he put in a 136. I'm not too sure if he's out or he had an incident. Looks like Gav Pig, though. He's out totally. The judge man on the outer lap, 145. Devon, obviously nice from him, a 141. And then obviously the other guys also in the pits at the moment. And let's have a look and see what is going on with these gentlemen at the moment, because they are on the outer laps. Obviously looking to put on a good time from these guys. So we'll see how they're doing and what they're up to this evening. So just going on around about 15 seconds left in this session. And as you can see already, Devet on top, Nesmax right there in third, Jose in fourth. It looks like Weza should I say, Jose in third, should I say. And then obviously nicely done from Weza at the moment in fourth position. So we'll be seeing, obviously, the guys already around about 2 minutes left in the session as we come through to start and finish at the moment. And there we go. That's a great drive from Ronald LaRue there, putting himself into that 11th spot. That means that he will most likely be going through to quali number 2 and to keep himself in the running at the moment. So Ronald finishing up in 14th there, and let's see what happens now with him going forward. So there you go. Overall positions at the moment: number 1, Nesmax; number 2, Motor DW, which is Devet. And then, as you can see, we've got Jose there, we got Weza, and then we've got some AI drivers just in between. Then in 11th position, we have Springbok Gamer at the moment, and then some more of our AI drivers. And then just following that is obviously the other human drivers in at the moment. So let's have a look and see what transpires at the moment as we're going in to quali number 2. So on board right now with Jose, and let's see how he's doing out on the track at the moment. He's on his outer lap at the moment, so let's see how close he comes to putting the first time up, as he now attempts to go and make that quali time in quali 2 as low as possible around this track here in the US. So as you can see, quite a nice drive at the moment. I see De Wet has put a 136.475 up on there. So great drive from him at the moment. Let's have a look what Jose is going to do right now. Is he going to be able to put himself, there we go, lead time for quali number 2. Round about 10 minutes and 27 odd seconds left in this particular session. And I can tell you that's going to be making people turn their heads, looking at exactly what's just happened here with Jose. So nice time from him. He's really put up the pace on what needs to be achieved in quali number 2. Springbok Gamer, very nice time from him at the moment. There you go, you saw it right here, a 136.466, nice time. Just smashed it there and puts him in second position for quali number 2. Coming out of the pits now is Weza 4H, and you can catch his channel on Twitch, and all you need to do is just catch it as it's going through. But let me just tell you now, he's on an outer lap. Let's see what he's going to be doing. He hasn't been available too much this season. We hope to see him a lot more. Very competitive driver. And he's got quite a large following when it comes to the Twitch. And I tell you what, very, very competent driver. Lots of confidence there. And let's see how he does this evening as we stay with him on this outer lap. Round about 7 minutes and 25 seconds to go. And we'll see how he does in this particular round. And there we go, a nice time from him now, 135.494. Nice one there from Weza. Also, and then Nesmax comes in and just screams on that time and puts in a 135.094. Very nice time from him in quali number 2. And let me tell you, we're around about 4 minutes and 23 seconds to go. And I can tell you now, it's heating up here with some really good competitive racing going on. I see already Ronald is out. And let's see how he's going to be doing. And maybe let's catch him up at the moment and see where he is on the track. And ready to give it all his best to see if he can make the top, at least the top 5 this evening, and then he'll be in quali number 3. So there's the rundown at the moment. You can see Jose right on top of the pack there in the Racing Point. Then Nesmax in the Ferrari. Then Weza right behind him in the Red Bull. Then we have Springbok Gamer. And then we have Devet. He is in the Red Bull as well. You can see the tires they were actually on. And I can tell you now, what a great drive there. And then ending up right down the last human driver there, position number 13. A great drive from Ronald LaRue there to obviously put himself in that position. So let's have a look who's going through now to qualify for the pole position of the US GP this evening. And let's see who can do what when it comes to putting themselves in the position of driving. At the moment, you can see all down to 1, 2, 3, 4 5 human drivers at the moment. There, let's go on board with Nesmax at the moment. He's going out, and we can see how he's going to be putting himself into taking, and if he can, that pole position this evening. And let's see if we can stay on board with Nesmax this evening. So let's have a look what Nesmax can put on. As we are watching now, he's on his qualification lap, and let's see how he handles this Ferrari around this track in the US of A. So if you weren't too sure what type of time that was, let me tell you, Nesmax puts on a 1:33.946. I think he was waiting and waiting, and then he just pulled out from the top draw that time. What a fantastic qualification time. I think that may have secured him the pole position for the United States race this evening. As you can see, coming in, Jose, a 1:34.049. We definitely have now Devet, great time from him, a 1:34.983. And there we go. Oh, what a drive there from Weza. He puts himself in a 1:33.955. What a great drive from him. And I can assure you now, they're going to be going into those pits. They've got 6 minutes left, just above 6 minutes left. They're going to be looking at what tactic to put in place here to make sure they actually try and topple that Nesmax time of 1:33.946. I'm sure a lot of information has been exchanged, and I'm sure they're going to be looking at what they can do in order to try and push on to beat Nesmax's time of 1:33.946 this evening. And no doubt, there's Springbok Gamer. He's just put on a 1:36.515. So in 5th position on the grid at the moment. What a challenge this is going to be this evening, ladies and gentlemen. And once again, if you are watching the stream, fantastic to have you on board with us. And if you're not a subscriber, why don't you subscribe? You'll see some of the great drives that we are doing on the South African Academy Online Racing, and also get to know the guys as well that are doing this. If you are interested in obviously taking part, there is a number of races. This is the no assist racing, and there is available in actual fact a assist race which is happening sort of midweek. It's called midweek racing. And the gentleman that's actually driving at the moment, him and Nesmax, they host that, and it is an assist league. And if you want to get a hold of them, you can do through the website. You can just contact me, and I'll give you their details, and you can see if there's a spot open for you guys if you are interested in driving with the assists on. But for those drivers who want to go the full tilt, no assist, this is the league for you. And also you can join up with us and get involved. Obviously we will be continuing this. This is race number 3 and of season number 5. I tell you what, last season, season 4 was the club championships. The winner of the club championships was Turbo and Bullets, and the driver sitting on top of this pole position this evening was the actual championship driver. So he actually won the championship in the last season. So some recognition to be given there. So guys, if you are joining us this evening, why don't you sit back, relax, and watch exactly what's going on with this racing. And it's a pleasure to have you on board with us this evening. We're going to go on board with this gentleman. Hasn't been with us for a while. He's been sadly missed. But let's see what he can do this evening here in the US. See if he can better up his time. He's on an outer lap, so let's stick with Devet and see how he handles this evening. I'm sure he's going to be a little bit rusty, but I tell you what he's shown this evening is real comeback power, and I'm sure he's going to be looking to see if he can put himself in an amazing position. I'm sure he's going at least for that top spot, and if not, I think he will settle for second, but I'm sure he's going to do his best to make sure he can try and topple Nesmax's time. So, I believe that you guys couldn't hear me for a while. Don't know what happened there, but hopefully you can hear me now. I have been commentating and not realized that the mic was off this evening. So, don't know what happened. We do have these technical problems sometimes, but hopefully now you can hear me as clear as day. So just to give you an indication, I've been quite thrilled to tell you what's going on, especially with Nesmax at the moment. Voice was a little bit quirky, so hopefully I've sorted that out as well. But as you can see, Nesmax in lap number 14, 28. He's just gone over to 15 at the moment. What a drive he's having at the moment. And hopefully, guys, you've caught up with all of the other items that have been going on. I have been switching across, but I'm afraid that I've just found out, thanks to Ronald, he's just told me that there was no commentary. So hopefully that's all sorted out now. You can hear me talking. But what a race it's been so far. Some amazing racing, especially between Nesmax and Devet at the moment. Jose coming back, nice job from him, and he's pushed himself up into that second position. I don't know what's happened to Devet, because he was racing and then all of a sudden I think he got disconnected. So a little bit sad on that, because he was doing so well this evening. As you can see, Wes has just come back up another position. He's got himself quite in a way in this season 5 race, race number 3. And I think he's done an excellent job coming back from what he's been doing. He's obviously already in the swing of things, back up to 6th position. I think he's had a couple of incidents, but I tell you what, this US track is highly technical, and nice to see the type of driving we're seeing at the moment, and what an effort it's been to keep these guys out. Yes, we did add in AI drivers this evening just to see how things were going. And it looks as though what a nice job the guys have been doing, getting themselves into great positions, attacking their opponents, and really getting through some of the carnage. I mean, there was quite an incident off the starting line, and it looks as though the guys are really putting themselves through the paces this evening, and there's been a lot of effort. There's Springbok Gamer, who I've mentioned quite a bit this evening, and nice to see him where he is at the moment. As I said, I don't think he's going to be happy. He's come a big long way, because he was down in 17th position. You can see at the moment down in the log we have Gav Pig in 14th. In 13th we have Ronald LaRue, and then we have Hugh Boucher in 15th. We have Fricky the Judge Man 013. That's who he is, doing a great job there. And in 17th position, it's Devon. And I can tell you now, I don't see them ending up there. I think they're going to be doing a lot more activities to get themselves up to the top of this grid this evening. And what a race it's been so far. So yes, we're back on the track, letting you know exactly what's going on at the moment. Down with Springbok Gamer, you can see him going on the inside there, really pushing himself. Nicely done. He negotiated that one and got himself through a little bit wide there, but he's come back on the track, and I think he's a little bit more comfortable that he's got past that drive at the moment. And there we go. We can see Wes has just gone up into 5th position now. So nice change there. 17 laps done. We've got almost 10 laps to go in this race. And just having a look there. There's Ronald LaRue. I think he's out of this race this evening. He's down in 13th position. And then we've got Gav Pig. He's looking to come back in a big way. There is Hugh Boucher. He's obviously pushing himself to the limits this evening. And then we have the Judge Man himself pushing his way up through there. So what a drive. And this guy this evening, Nesmac 7, what a great drive he's having this evening. I know he was pretty much disappointed with himself last week in Brazil, but nice to see him back on the track this week, and obviously making sure that everybody knows that he's driving through this evening. Great drive, and he's got lots of support, as I mentioned. I don't know if that came through, but lots of support on the live stream this evening, and welcome to all of you. And yeah, great to have Nesmac's supporters with us this evening, and what a drive he's having. I'm sure he'll agree with that one. 10 laps to go in this race, as I mentioned right now, and what a fantastic drive Nesmax is having as we go through. I'm just going to put us back on board with Nesmax now, and you can see he's got Judge coming up behind him, or should I say in front of him now. So I'm sure the judgment is getting a blue flag like crazy for him to move out of the way, but he'll do it hopefully in a safe position, get himself out of the way, and there we go. What a gentleman that man is, just letting Nesmax through. What a drive he's having so far. He's obviously coming up on the back markers now, so we'll see. And there he goes in now. I knew this was coming. He's done 7 laps on these tires. So now it's probably going on to, you can see the crew rushing out at the moment. Most likely going to put on the mediums. And yes, the guess was right. And he'll finish the race 10 laps on those mediums at the moment. So under 10 laps to go. This now gives Jose a bit of a catch up now. You can see at the moment Gav Pig is in 13th position. So Gavin doing quite well, getting himself up there. For most of our F1 drivers, it's actually not their favorite track, this. And they've done very well this evening, those that have participated. So great to see them pushing it out, hanging it out. I know we've got some really nice tracks coming up. We've got Mexico next week, so that's going to be a great one. Oh no, Gav is out of this race. I don't know if you saw that. It was horrific there. Lost it. Always a competitive drive from Gav, but he lost it in a big way there, and he did not finish. But 10 laps on those mediums, so that could have been the cause of that. But yeah, there we go. We're on board with Nesmax. Once he finishes this particular lap, it is 8 laps for him to go. So there we go, 8 laps to go now, and we're on board with Nesmax. Closely following him is this gentleman right here, and I just want to slip up to him, and I can tell you now, he's into the pits. This is going to give Weza the opportunity to catch up to him, and this could be really competitive stuff to watch. Let's see him go in. Is it going to be a quick one? At the moment, it looks as though, is there any indication they're going to change that nose cone? No, they're not. He's going to be out in a flash. He's gone to the softs. This is going to give him some time now to basically catch up now. And you can see it's going to be a drive to watch, because it looks as though he's also in the pits now, also putting on the softs. So let's see what happens. So Weza also pitted at the same time, and to see if they can get through that. What a strategy that was, just to get in. And I think Weza made the decision there and there to also get himself in a position where he can now chase based on his tire selection. Jose doing very nicely this evening. He's going to be looking for that second spot. Also, last week did very well in Brazil, and it's not over. And then Hugh Boucher last week, he got a podium position, very nicely covered by himself there. He's pretty low this evening though. Oh, he's also out this evening. I didn't realize that until I looked down the list. So he's out this evening as well. I think he just put on some tires, went out, and obviously had an altercation there. So he's out for this evening as well. Judgeman done 14 laps on those mediums, and I'm sure he's going to be looking at what he can do. And here we go now. You can see, alright, there's Ronald LaRue. He's actually out of this race this evening. Nesmax coming through, but there is the safety car out now, so it was a big one. This is going to give now an opportunity of epic chance now, because Nesmax has had to stay behind that car, and now it's all together to actually get themselves in a position where they can look themselves through and obviously put themselves together. And this is now the opportunity for Jose. Now the question is, Nesmax has the mediums, Jose now has actually the softs. So let's see what happens. Is that safety car going to pull in as yet? No, it's not. It's going to stay out there. And I'm hoping this is not going to finish under the safety car regulations. So all of the drivers now are catching up quite nicely because the safety car is out. Let's take a shot now out of the car. There you can see the safety car there. Nesmax making sure he sticks pretty close to that car. He's going to be anticipating whether that safety car is going to go in or not. And then obviously from there you can see them all piling up now behind the safety car. I'm really hoping this race is not going to finish under the safety car. Haven't heard anything from the guys yet if they're going to be pulling that in. But let's have a look and see. As you can see, that safety car's out. It must have been an ugly incident that has caused this car to come out. So in lap number 22, the safety car still staying out on the track. We're hoping now it's going to go in because we want this to finish under race conditions, not with that safety car out there. So 3 big accidents there. Hugh Boucher, one of them. Then Gab Pig. Devon, unfortunately, also anchored that car. And now we are under safety car conditions. Yellow flag out. That means no passing at all. They've got to maintain a specific speed and keep themselves behind the safety car. Is that safety car going to go in? I'm hoping it is, because we want this race to finish under racing conditions, not under the safety car at this point in time. There has been a lot of DCs this evening, and that's why you see those invis cars, but hopefully it's going to be a big one and the guys are going to be going through and finishing off this race under racing conditions. Is that safety car going to go in? Everybody anticipating, is this going to happen in this, on this specific round of events? Let's have a look. Could be. Are they under race conditions? Not as yet. There comes the safety car coming past us. They're going to be obviously making a lot of conservation, if I can put it that way, on their fuel. Making sure they're not, and it looks as though, yes, safety car's gone in, and now the race is on. Is this now the opportunity for Jose to try and topple Nesmax? Nesmax on the throttle as quick as a flash, making his way through this very windy section. And I can tell you now, there we go. You can see Jose is now really hot on his tail. It's like plus a second behind him. And as you can see, it's all going to be around the rubber this evening. Nesmax. It says softs, but I can see he's actually got mediums on. There we go. That's how tight it is. Should we go on board? I think we should go on board with this gentleman to see if he can catch up to Nesmax at the moment. You can see a lot of opportunity is flashing through Jose's mind at the moment to take on Nesmax. Can he get past him? Really nice bit of driving there, keeping it really tight. 23 laps almost completed of 28 laps. This is also now given an opportunity to Weza. He's down in 6th at the moment, but I can tell you now that's not going to stop him from trying to get through and be absolutely all over Nesmax and Jose's face when it comes to finishing this race. Hot on the tail of Nesmax is Jose. As you can see now, coming through in a big way. What a race this is going to be. All and about racing this evening. On board with Jose at the moment, just behind Nesmax. Is he going to be able to come back in a big way? Springbok Gamer goes up a position now as well. Oh no, it looks as though Weza has dropped down in a big way there. Another incident happened. He's out of the running now. Lap number 25 of 28. 3 laps to go. And I can tell you now, this is all being changed by that safety car coming out. Oh, a little bit of cutting there, but it's not going to stop them. They're going at one another. And Nesmax is fully aware of what's up behind him. If we push out to see where they come in there, you can see that gap is very, very narrow. Nesmax under threat now, and he knows it. There, it's very, very close. DRS up. And he's going past. Is he going past? Yes, he's actually gone past him at the moment. And I can show you now, Nesmax, is he going to take the inline, inside line at the moment? He's gone a bit wide. This could make sure that he's out there as they go through. What a drive it is. Oh, he goes round him at this point in time. Nesmax comes back in a big way. Jose now in the inside. And still Nesmax out in front. What a race this is going to be. It's turning out to be at the moment. Fantastic drive from both these drivers. That's what this is all about. This is where it all happens, right here. Watching these two drivers go at it. And I can tell you now, lap number 26. So now here is another opportunity to be looked at when it comes to driving. I hope now they can keep it together and make sure. That is an absolute epic move by Nesmax to keep himself in front of Jose at the moment. And I can tell you it's not even over, because it is lap number 26 of this race. And wow, what a thrill it's been so far this evening. As you can see, drivers, let's go back on board with these drivers. Make sure, because the shot is nice from the top, but we'd like to be in with these drivers and just see the pressure they're under. And here we go, Nesmax once again. Oh, he's pulling away nicely. Is he going to get the DRS? So pulling in through, he's got to make sure that he stays within that distance to get that DRS. Very nice driving from both of these drivers at the moment. Some thrilling stuff coming through. Nesmax comes around. Oh, a little bit of a slide there from Jose, but he's still hanging on. He wants to get in, but Nesmax just gets that distance in front of him. Here they're coming through start and finish now. Into lap number 27 of 28 laps. If there's anything but a push now, this is where it's all going to happen, guys. And you can see it going down. And what a change this has been now, because this has brought it all to life here, watching these two drivers go at one another. Nesmax looking to keep ahead now. This is the opportunity for Jose. Is he going to be able to keep close enough to get the DRS? If he gets the DRS, I can tell you now, it's going to be a challenge for them. Under tight, make sure he steers it correctly and then pushes through on the accelerator, get himself up there. But now Nesmax gets through, he gets away from him, and now there is no DRS. Can he come back now? It's either dive or lose now this evening. And I can tell you now, he's obviously pushing as much as he can now to get himself into that top spot. What a challenge this has been this evening for these two drivers. And all because of the safety car. To be honest, all because of the safety car. And what a drive it's been. Just watching these two going at it. Nesmax looking to make sure that he stays ahead of Jose in this race. We are going into almost completing into lap number 27, going into the final lap situation now. It is absolutely stunning to watch these two drivers going through now to make sure who is going to be the overall champion of the US of A this evening. And I can tell you now, Nesmax, what a drive he's having, as well as Jose. It's been a very close rival up until the point where now we're watching if he can keep himself in a position to get the DRS. If he gets the DRS, there's going to be trouble. Bearing in mind now that Jose's got 8 laps on these tires, so that might affect him overall. This is where he's got to stay close and keep himself in that position where he's in the DRS zone. Does he do it? No, he doesn't, because now Nesmax is just ahead of him. And what a drive it's been from these two drivers this evening. And all because of the safety car, because they brought them together in order to finish off this race. Just watching out now, just looking back. Here it comes. Let me go up one there. And you can see as they're coming through now. Is he going to try and get past him? Nesmax comes through as the champion of this race. And what a close one it was. What a drive, fantastic drive from Nesmax as well as Jose. A great drive from him, and then right in third spot comes Weza. What a brilliant drive, guys, you've had this evening. And I can tell you now, it's all about the drive, and I can tell you it was a difficult one at that. And as we pump through now, you can see all of the guys coming through and obviously push themselves through this particular element. And well done to the drivers. What a great drive it was this evening. And it's all done and dusted, guys. Fantastic drive from Nesmax this evening. And let's not forget what an opportunity came up when that safety car came up. And there you can see the hands flying from the Formula One United States Grand Prix of 2019. First place goes to Nesmax, and let's see him on the podium as we're speaking. There you go. There's his character up and about, and I can tell you now what a drive that was. Very nicely done. Nevertheless, Jose, great drive from him as well. Awesome drive from him, and what a drive it was. So thank you for watching. It's been great having you with us. Remember, next week it is definitely Mexico. I know I made a bloopy last week, but it is. And thanks for joining us, and good night. God bless, and have a wonderful week.